this is the way they will form up. The boats in the race for the championship are the Oh Boy Oberto and the FormulaBoats.com at this point. Everybody in this heat eligible for the winner-take-all final and the UIM World Championship Trophy. Remember, we're watching here in San Diego from the backstretch. These boats are milling. They're coming toward the pit area. Less than a quarter of a lap to go now before the start of this race. We have boats all over Mission Bay. Thioret appears to have the inside. The FormulaBoats.com team is in the middle of the field, way out ahead of everyone. Is that Vilwak in the Elam Plus? If it is, he's out in lane 3 or 4, not where he wanted to be. Steve David is going to be inside of him. Here's Vilwak, and you see Steve David going by about 10 seconds. Oh, Vilwak is slowing down. Something happened to the Elam Plus there. It missed a beat, and that's going to set him back at a time when he did not want to be going slow. Here's the start. Thioret on the inside appears to have it wired. FormulaBoats.com and Jimmy King with Piston Power, both making great starts as they come into the first turn.
Team championship up for grabs. Drivers' championships up for grabs. But no matter how many points you have in this particular race, the first one to take the checkered flag wins this particular UIM World Championship.
As we have seen so much this weekend, Jean Thioret has the yellow boat. U-37 Beacon Plumbing out ahead here in the winner-take-all final. Now, there are some big stories behind him. Steve David and Mike Allen are racing for position on the race course and for the National Drivers and Team High Point Championship. So we will monitor that as well. You're on board with Mike Allen. The only boat ahead of him right here appears to be Jean Thioret running on the inside. Dave Vilwak, surprisingly, and the Elam Plus not in the picture. So apparently they are not going to be a factor here. It's a long race, Jim. It's 5 laps on Mission Bay. Thioret has it out ahead, but a long ways to go. We're on board now with Vilwak taking on some water, and things just not going well for the defending National High Point champion.
Lap number 1, over 148 miles an hour for Thioret. He's really driving.
Vilwak appears to be slowing down. He is having problems with his U1 Elam Plus. Expected to be a factor here in the final. He apparently will not be. A lot of water coming up onto the windshield. Now, a shot of your leaders. That is Jean Thioret coming into the SeaWorld turn at the end of lap 2. Has a nice lead over the second place boat, who is Jimmy King with Piston Power running in second place. Then in third, it's Steve David and the Oh Boy Oberto, and that's a big story. If Steve David can stay ahead of Mike Allen, he can win the National Drivers High Point Championship. And he would not have been favored to do that. Mike Allen has a faster race boat. So far, Steve David doing a great job of holding him off.
All right. Lots of ways it can go. We'll just have to see how it develops. We're on lap number 3 of 5 and on board the U7 FormulaBoats.com too.
And the boat ahead of him is one that he has to chase for the Drivers' High Point Championship, which is separate from the Team Championship. Now, Mike Allen finishing where he is right now, his team would win the National High Point Championship. The boat in front of him, Steve David, would win the Drivers' High Point Championship, and we are yet to know who's going to win the UIM World Championship, which is what this race here in San Diego is all about. Jean Thioret has that all going his way. He's way out to the right ahead of these boats and leading this final heat.
The crowd's on its feet. They know what's taking place. Mark Allen, our PA announcer, is telling them exactly what's going on, and everybody's excited. We're down to 3 laps completed and 2 more laps to go as they come down to finish up that lap here at the start-finish line.
And look at Steve David. He is giving chase to Mike Allen. He's running just behind him on the water, but he is giving that old race boat the run of its life. Our leader, no problems for Jean Thioret. The U-37 Beacon Plumbing, owned by Billy Shoemaker, a former Gold Cup champion himself, coming back into the sport, buying Bill Worster's team. Winner twice already in the 2006 season, the prestigious Gold Cup in Detroit and the Seafair race in Seattle, going for their 3rd victory in 7 races. But Jim, they stumbled just enough back east that they are not in that National High Point Championship race.
And he's now averaging a little over 148 miles an hour on this saltwater course with less than 2 laps to go. on board, oh boy, Oberto, the U6, and you're right. This man right here, we're watching him drive, could win the Drivers' Championship with this finish right here today.
Steve David is giving the old girl the U6 out of Madison, Indiana, the drive of its life, as aggressive as we have seen him all season. There you see him flying that boat. Down the front stretch, Jean Theoret with about a 3 or 4 rooster tail lead over that race for second and third. Jean Theoret won 2 of his 4 preliminary heats, picked a great time to come up with a super heat. He's doing it here in the final, unlike his rival Dave Villwock, who apparently is not going to be a factor. The final heat here, Jim, has not gone well for Team Elstrom, and in fact the whole weekend is really one they'd like to forget.
And the winningest driver in the history of this sport, Bill Muncie's responsible for these boats racing here. He brought the sport here some years ago, and they are racing today for the Bill Muncie Cup, signifying the UIM World Championship.
Looking at our race for second place with less than a half a lap to go, Steve David running on the inside, the leader's wake, and that may do it for him. You're on board with the leader coming down to start finish. Thumbs up for Jean Theoret, the French-Canadian, driving for Billy and Jane Shoemaker, the U-37 Beacon Plumbing. And they're going to win the big trophy, the UIM World Championship. And Steve David is going to take second place in the Oh Boy Oberto. That's going to give him the Drivers' Championship. Mike Allen will win the ABRA National High Point Championship. Jim, we have winners, winners, winners all over the place.
And we're going to be back with those winners down in a very happy dock here at Mission Bay in sunny San Diego, California, after this timeout. And welcome back to the pit area of the Pro Boat Models World Championship here at San Diego, California. Here are our National High Point results.
It's Mike Allen, the rookie out of New Orleans, Louisiana, the FormulaBoats.com 2, winning the National High Point Championship. Congratulations to Mike and the Formula Boats team.
Mike Allen, can I believe that your team is the world champion team, and you came very close to taking the driver championship by just a scant?
You guys can, yeah, hard for us to believe, too. This is amazing. Short period of time, Ted Porter and Mike Weber threw this team together, and it's just, it's incredible.
You did good, and your team is now has the right to wear number 1 next year, and you came in second by just a little bit behind Steve David. A great year.
That's okay. Driver standing points, we're not that concerned about. Putting Formula out front for next year, that's big for us. Very big.
And the second big will be the fact that he's going to be the Rookie of the Year. But the National High Point Championship, as far as the driver's concerned, very nice guy by the name of Steve David. And down in the pit area, Steve Montgomery is with that driver.
Well, U1 might be slipping away, but National High Point driver still sounds pretty good. Congratulations.
It does, but I really feel I left my team down. These guys work so hard, and U1 was the goal of this thing, and so, I mean, I'm glad to win the Drivers' Championship, but I owe these guys a national championship, and so they're going to build me a new boat next year, and we're going to get them U1, and I'm going to stick with them until we get U1, until we win the Gold Cup with this thing.
As close as you came with this old boat, you got to feel like you did your part pretty well, pal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, golly, 18-year-old boat, and we're running up here with all these hot dogs, but that is a testament to this team, to our sponsor, the Oberto organization that gave us what we needed to do this, and a tremendous crew, and Mike and Larry Hansen and everybody else in this team, man. It's a team effort. It shouldn't be called the Drivers' Championship. It should be a team championship, because it really was.
Congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
And not to be lost in all that excitement, the winner of the event here this weekend, the UIM World Championship, the U-37 Beacon Plumbing, 3rd win on the season for Jean Theoret, the fastest French-Canadian ever. He's with Jim.
They said it could be a trifecta. They won the Gold Cup in Detroit. They won their hometown race in Seattle. They finish up the season with a victory here, and it is the Beacon Plumbing U-37. First of all, the driver. What a great year.
It was an amazing year. No, I want to thank God, and I want to thank Billy and Jane for letting me the opportunity to drive again, and the Beacon Plumbing for sponsoring us. And this thing is it's amazing. This is a team effort, and all the glory goes to all these people.
Jane, I know you're nervous. Let's let Billy talk for you. Billy, you've been there in the winner's circle as a driver. Now as an owner, it's got to be just as much fun.
You know, it actually is, Jim. I'm surprised with how nervous I get. before Jean goes out in the boat. You know, I think we've got the very best driver we could ever have, and I know we have the best crew and we have the best sponsor in Beacon Plumbing. I'm just real happy to be a part of this whole team.